Cornell,
Michael.
there's been a new algorithmic update from Google.
What? Really?
Do you know what that even means? Like, what do you think that means? Like, your first impression?
Um, when you say an algorithmic update in Google, I'm thinking of a software update that is supposed to make things better.
It does make things better, and Google knows more about you, so much more than you could possibly understand.
Okay.
So what happened with this update is there's a couple. It's like three folds, right?
Yeah.
Number one is the hardware. They're talking about this willow, like a willow tree. Like, I don't know. Stick with cupcakes and desserts, Google.
I like the name Willow.
I don't know, man. It sounds like it belongs in a forest. I don't.
It does. It does. It belongs in an enchanted forest, actually.
I don't think they spend that much time in the woods there at Google, anyways.
Definitely not.
So they built a quantum computer that's. It's kind of a nothing burger. It's quite impressive if you're like a math nerd and all these things. And like, I guess
Seems impressive.
they figured out some big number, and that's like in the article.
It's got like the most qubits I think they've ever had, right?
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
But it's a nothing burger. You can go into the whole security, how it's going to hack everything, and okay. I did a previous video about the Google engineer that claimed there was an AI at Google which was far more intelligent and sentient. Did you hear about that one?
No, I did not.
Yeah, so supposedly Google had that a couple of years ago. And if we're already getting AI now and it's getting pretty good, I don't know. It seems like, it's a soft release. But the real one is, when we get down to the AI things, this algorithmic update is, the AI that's going to power all of Google is Gemini, right? Have you ever used Gemini?
No, I have not.
You're not missing much. It was relatively stupid.
Really?
Awful. Especially when you compare it to what ChatGPT launched at the beginning of November.
Yeah.
Have you ever used ChatGPT search?
All the time. I use ChatGPT all the time, yeah.
It's scary good.
Yes, it's very good, especially the premium.
Exactly. It's scary good. So there was a big difference with Gemini. So they said, all right, we're going to go and update this. And I guess it does more math stuff. I used it for coding. It wasn't really good for coding, but it's designed more for what Google engineers do, because Google engineers are saying about a third of their code is written by AI now.
Yeah, makes sense.
So that gives Google an advantage, right? So they hired more software engineers without hiring software engineers.
Yes, exactly.
So that's like where now it's getting a little bit more creepy in this algorithmic update. So they introduced this thing called an agent, okay?
Yeah.
What's your first idea when you hear AI plus agent? What does that mean?
I'm thinking of a personalized assistant that helps you deal with AI, but that's just my guess.
It's more like Agent Smith from The Matrix. So you're not too far off.
Okay.
And this agent, basically what it does is it opens up your Chrome, and you can give it like tasks, research tasks, and things like that.
Yeah.
And it'll start searching Google, like in real time. You can see this AI searching Google. It can set up things. It's going to ask you to enter in your password.
Okay. Wow.
So what does that mean to you as a customer using Google Chrome? What does that mean? You use this agent, right? What do you think? How do you think that impacts your privacy?
Well, for the agent to work correctly, I believe I have to give up all my privacy, if I'm not mistaken.
It appears to be so, because it's an API, it's a tool, it's something that lives on a computer in a data center somewhere that's recording your screen in real time.
Yeah, again, there's pros and cons to that. If you're a person who doesn't really mind sharing, all their information with Google, by the way, which most of us already do, unfortunately, it seems like it would be a great tool. However, it comes with a lot of cons as well, in my opinion, because these days, as I've noticed, there seems to be a lot more, data leaks, especially now with AI. I've heard of even cases where people are having issues with Apple Pay, which is for me absurd, because Apple Pay was the safest method of payment for a long time. I bought an entire car with Apple Pay once. So now I don't know if I should ever do that again.
Wow, yeah. Well, the privacy dilemma is a whole nother thing. It appears to be safe, right? It's recording. It's like it's Google.com, right? You're like, hey, I want to do some research on a vacation, right? Like,
Yeah.
here's my budget, here's my dates, find me the cheapest flight, find me the cheapest room, but like book like the most exclusive excursions because that's really where I want to put my budget on this trip.
Yes.
And it will do it for
It's
you.
great for that. I've done it a couple of times already. Yes, it's super great for that.
Really?
Yes.
What was your experience?
My experience was really good, especially if you actually. I've used ChatGPT to organize some Spain trips and some other, like when I was in Turkey and when I was in Amsterdam last year. It was really good for that. I did not purchase my tickets through the AI platform because I'm still having trust issues with it. So I did my own ticket purchasing, but I did ask for an itinerary, and those itineraries were always spot on, at least 99% of the time.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
I've also used it to find events. My business partner recommended to use it, and I tried it, and it shows you all of these events. You can even do like language specific events, cultural specific events, and if there's something going on, it will find it.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. It's very good for that.
And this is what the algorithmic update is. It's less about all the technology that Google put into it. It's more about the machine leveraging Google, right? You're leveraging a machine that's leveraging Google.
Google, yeah.
So how do you optimize for that? How do you optimize for the robots?
That's a good question.
This is where we get into generative search engine optimization. So what we're dealing with AI is synthetic content. It generates synthetic content, and some people, some marketers publish that synthetic content in hopes that they'll get some traffic to their website,
Yes.
manipulate their positions on Google. And it works.
It does.
It works.
That's good.
Not for everybody, not for every industry.
For sure.
But it works, and that just puts a lot of more pressure on you as a business owner.
Yes, for
especially if you want to do that. Now, here's some like takeaways in what you can do in these algorithmic updates is if you don't have a website, AI is not going to find you.
Yes.
That's number one. If you don't have a website,
You gotta have at least a landing page
to start.
to start. Yeah.
Yeah, to start, and then you got to focus on your business like it's a brochure. A lot of the time, you'll look at your competitor and you'll think, okay, if I want to perform well with the algorithm, I'm going to have to build a website like that. The reality is your competitor's been doing it for years, and you have to break apart some of these tasks into more manageable tasks, like a 5-page or a 10-page, or write a blog, do a social post. And the consistency there is what compounds, because once you have that social footprint, once you have that website, that brand name, Google is going to find you, right?
Yeah.
So that's step one. You got to get Google.
Especially if it's organic copy, and it's more. I would say, in your opinion, does that help having organic copy, and having more, catered for the SEO?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's two ways you can go. You can go, the volume, the quantity route.
Yeah.
And that's what AI is, because a lot of these people that are trying to get ahead, a lot of these fake marketers that are just abusing the algorithmic updates, they want to get ahead. And this,
For
quantity thing is how it works a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But if you want to make money, you have to focus on the quality side of things.
Yes.
And quality content for your website. Become a scholar in your industry and do things that you kind of look up to in your industry. If you have partners that are doing well and they're giving you advice and they're doing things that's working for them, perhaps try that. Or
sure.
put a spin on it. Oh, it's this bridge. Oh yeah, this is the sign. This is this. I always forget what that sign means.
This is beautiful.
What does the red arrow mean?
Like that means you have the right of way?
Okay.
The red arrow, I think. Yes.
All right.
Oh,
Cool.
beautiful.
Sounds good. Okay, and there's people here. Like lots of people just like hiking and
Just
stuff.
walking on the street. Wow.
There's like cool hiking down there that's really easy for kids. And
That's beautiful.
yeah, and there's some olive trees here and some almond trees if you want to pick some
Don't
almonds.
drive down there.
Yeah, someone lives down there.
Oh my god.
So this algorithmic update is here. Like the way I see it playing out is, it's like a deck of cards. That's what Google is.
Yes.
For the longest time. And if you're on the top of the deck, you're going to be that ace. You're going to get pulled all the time, and you're just
Yeah.
going to win. But now, if your quality of content, your scholar level content, your website, the way AI finds you, that's a first mover advantage. That's why this algorithm update is huge.
Yeah. So it gives you an advantage to the small guys.
Well, at least in the beginning, because if you're not moving fast enough, you're really going to miss the opportunity.
Yeah.
So there's
This is so cute.
there's this old laundromat right here.
Wow, this
To
is
the right.
so beautiful.
Yeah. Like that was like the public laundry.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And there's this pizza place coming up here that I've never been to. Like these Italians own the place, and I really want to come here for pizza.
Yeah, no, we definitely should.
We should review the pizza.
Yeah.
Pizza and marketing.
Yeah.
So final thought here. How confident are you as a business owner that Google just updated their algorithm and it's getting excessively harder to be found by AI search engines, and to take that knowledge and deploy it in a way where they can find you? How confident are you can execute that?
Not confident at all, because of a few things actually. First of all, AI is still very new to me and everybody else, and especially in my industry. My God, property management. We're still trying to figure out how to use these tools correctly. Other than helping, I guess, with copyright and stuff like that, that's pretty much as far as we can go. Getting exposure. If it's a new field for you and me. For marketing, it's a lot of new tools to learn, and to learn how to use them properly. So, as time goes on, I think as updates come out, I think it's going to be even tougher for people to keep up and to use the tools correctly. What do you think?
I think if we look at it as like a straight line, and
Yeah.
AI just gets better, and we have this tool and we don't know how to use it. It's very much the case, because I think that's how we are as humans. We kind of like, all right, this is going in this one direction.
Yes.
But it's a little bit more complex, and there's nuances in there. And
Yeah.
that nuance is what I mentioned about the agent, where it takes your Chrome and it starts crawling the internet.
Yeah.
You will have these sort of virtual assistants in a sense, not literally somebody
Yeah.
on at the end of a Skype in another country doing tests for you, but somebody that you can program and
Yeah.
manage. For instance, you can have like a little assistant to monitor your air quality in your house. You
Yeah.
set up a couple sensors and it spits out a report and it sends it to you.
Yep. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. We've already been having those devices since even before. Yeah. Actually.
Exactly. So if you're starting to connect the Internet of Things to AI, and it's giving you sort of like you input directions.
Yeah.
It's a prompt. You write it, simple English sentences
Yeah.
that anybody with any like working level of grammar can do, and it can take that and understand it and give you a good output.
Yeah.
So these agents will be able to deliver against this kind of vision of where this is going. However, that vision, is going to come a lot faster. Some people are saying it's like five years out. Like I'm thinking it's like 5 months out.
Yeah, you're absolutely. I have to agree with you on that. Yeah, the biggest I think hurdles for most people that I've noticed, not just in my industry but throughout my life, is just dealing with the correct prompts, knowing the correct prompts, and how to adjust prompts. And of course, the entire UX, the user experience needs to, I think, like you said, be more catered to the average Joe.
Yeah.
So the average Joe, who is usually a small business owner, can kind of dip their feet in the water and just get the ball rolling, as they say. Because right now, yes, the user experience is simplified and pretty straightforward, but I also feel like that's the crutch. It needs to pivot towards a different simple method, I guess you could say.
For the UI, have you tried Claude?
No, I'm not.
Claude is, you get it gives you the outputs in a way that you were comfortable in handling it.
Oh,
If you're
okay.
making a spreadsheet, it will give you those kind of outputs. You can make ChatGPT do those things, but ChatGPT is manual.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Is very manual, and
Yeah.
you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
And that's again why it's a first mover advantage. You can move and actually build some scholarly content and communication, get a
Yep.
lot of great ideas. I think also if you're watching this video, if you're struggling for any sort of ideas or inspiration, start talking to ChatGPT, because you're not talking to AI, you're just having a conversation with yourself. And
true.
that's what's interesting, because AI is what some technologists call a intelligence amplifier that
Yes.
gives you more access to your abilities. If you have some rudimentary knowledge, you can be an average at something like coding, for example.
Yes.
But
very
if you're
true.
a scholar, then it can take you even further.
Yes, absolutely true. It's very important to have the right tools for the right job, especially if you have a very good tool for the job. So that is that I love AI when it comes to that. It really helps you, get to the next level. And especially in my business, for as a property manager, I might be good at two or three things in my company, and then the rest I am just terrible at. And really, AI is helping me not only learn but excel my skills in those areas, and also save me a lot of money. as well.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Well, I think I think we'll get together for the next algorithmic update.
Absolutely.
But it's going to
Absolutely.
be around the corner.
Yes, probably after Christmas when everyone comes back from vacation.
All right. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.
See you later.
Bye.